Hey guys, this is Josh Peak, and I am your host of the Josh Peak Show. Today I wanted to do a podcast because I had a good friend of mine ask me a question about, if you were going to, teach your kids about entrepreneurship. A lot of people are homeschooling right now, so what are some of the curriculum or direction that I could give him? And so I figured, you know what, I'd do a podcast on this because that's a great question. And so my answer to him was there's so many things that you can do when you're homeschooling. Now, homeschooling is different than unschooling. You can do your own research on that. But homeschooling is more of taking, a curriculum from a school and just doing it at home. Unschooling is teaching more entrepreneurship and things of that nature, teaching your kids an alternative to, say, a public school system and the way status quo or things have always been done. So here's the tip I gave him. There is a website called lynda.com, lynda.com. Now, it was sold to LinkedIn, and there's an article that I'm going to put on this podcast, and it was titled Tips from Linda Weinman on how she built and sold lynda.com to LinkedIn for $1.5 billion. Now, I found out about LinkedIn a long time ago from a graphic designer friend of mine. She said, if you really want to learn certain things on graphic design or basically anything entrepreneurship, go to lynda.com. I'm like, what is lynda.com? So I got my wife a subscription, and man, was I blown away. And what's crazy is, so my friend asked me about lynda.com. I mean, after I told him, and he went ahead and signed up for it. And then today, my daughter, we're sitting there having a cup of coffee, and she goes, Dad, I want to start my own business. I want to make my own money, and, so I can have my own things. She's only 14 years old going on, she's actually 13 going on 14. And I said, well, here are some things you could do. You could go to lynda.com. You could learn some graphic design. You could go web development. You can outsource those things. We have a virtual assistant. I said, but you've been around marketing your whole life with me. And so I can teach you these things as this lynda.com as well. And you can really start building your own little media company. And her eyes lit up. She goes, well, I love design. I love graphic design, and I love web development. It just seems right up my alley. Well, of course it does. That's all we do. I mean, that's my business model, right? I own a digital marketing company. We've worked for a U.S. congressman, a portfolio of other companies. And so it's all about creativity. And I said, the other thing is, say you want to build a website. It's a little bit out of your league. Well, we know graphic design artists here in Tulsa. Maybe you take that website to her, say this is what they want. Can you do it at this price? And then you build your margin in on it. That's how a lot of agencies do it. They outsource out, especially to someone who's really good. So I'm working with her, and I just took Blair and I said, look, let's go ahead and sign you up with lynda.com, and then I want you to start studying, at least an hour and a half a week on this, but probably more if you're serious about building your own business. So I'm looking here at this right now, and at Lynda, which obviously is bought out by LinkedIn. It's called LinkedIn Learning now. Lynda.com is LinkedIn Learning. But we're talking about software development, design, business, over 1,200 courses in business, over 700 courses in photography, web development, over 700 courses. This thing is killer. It is just amazing what is in lynda.com. And so if you have a young entrepreneur, a young kid who wants to be an entrepreneur, you're unschooling or even homeschooling, I suggest go to lynda.com. I've been doing some research on some other curriculums as well for kids, but as far as learning a skill set, learning something that, teach me something I can go make $500 this week with. Give me a tip. Show me a concept, something I can go make $1,000 this month with. That's what kids really want to learn, and I don't know why, we would be stopping them from doing that. So that's my little tip that I gave a friend of mine is to go to lynda.com, which is now LinkedIn Learning. I'll put a link to that in here. I'm an affiliate of this as well. So, you have to, on a podcast or any type of marketing, you have to let people know you do get paid if someone clicks that link and buys. So yes, I am an affiliate with this. I love it though. I mean, even if you couldn't make money, even if it was just, it's something I'd always use and I'd let my daughter use and my kids, and I would recommend other people use as well. So that is one curriculum if you're looking for entrepreneurship. Besides Rich Dad Poor Dad, his little series of books. I like other entrepreneurs that are teaching things too. Marketing wise, I have a ton of courses that I've let my kids look at and absorb. But this lynda.com is amazing. So hopefully that'll help you out if you're looking to and even if it's not your kid, even if it's just, I'm talking, it's an adult program. It's not just for kids. I mean, it's mainly for adults, but I want my kids going through it and learning how to build skill sets. I think that's the future. I think a college degree is fine if you're going to be an attorney, a surgeon, or an engineer. But if you're going to be, if you're going to do any type of web development work or internet marketing, things of that nature, you're probably better off going through lynda.com or something of that nature. I think building skill sets is really what's needed. So anyways, I wanted to be able to help you out there. Again, this is Josh Peak. You can find me on Instagram at Josh Peak, Twitter at Josh Peak, and of course you can find me on Facebook and LinkedIn as well. This podcast is on Spotify, it's on iTunes, it's on my website, joshpeak.com. Make sure you please leave me a review. I appreciate a positive one as well as a 5-star rating, and that really helps me out as far as in the search engines. And I'd love to be able to help you out with podcasting or any type of business need you have. You can always email me, joshpeakmobile@gmail.com, or you can call me at 918-200-9141. Again, this is Josh Peak for the Josh Peak Radio Show. You guys have a great day.